Welcome back to another edition of Fly Tying with Jim Misiura. Today I'm going to tie a Jighead LivelyLegz hare's ear. I'm going to use a size 12 hook, but this fly is going to be smaller than that large gap of a size 12. But you're going to have a lot of hooking power there. I have a 3mm slotted tungsten bead on there. I'm just going to use some white thread, doesn't really matter. Then we're going to start our thread behind the bead. Now with the slotted beads, you have to get them so that they're mostly on the top. And you'll see the slots. When you have it right, you'll see a slot on the top there. And then I put several wraps there to kind of hold it into position. Otherwise it'll be bouncing all over and you start to tie to your fly. I'm going to go ahead and put a base on and bring that back up the front. Put the legs on first. You can put the tail on first, but I'm just going to put the legs on first. I'm using a 12-14 legs. So their legs are going to be pretty prominent on this fly. Just snip that down to a little tab there. Hold it on the side. And when you wrap the first cup section, it's going to pull it right to the top there. You know, put 4 or 5 wraps in between. Nice tight wraps. Put a few wraps on the back side, and then we're going to trim off that last one. And then we can bring it back for the tail. Let's get a little base on there at the same time. There we go. Like I said, the legs are going to be pretty prominent on here. But a really simple fly here. I'm going to use some wood duck flank for the tail. You can use deer hair, you can use mallard flank. These are actually barred wood duck flank, but there's only about 4 of them here. We'll make that tail, yeah, because the legs are taking up so much of that, I'm going to make that tail a little long. So it's going to be about the length of the hook shank. That'll give a little bit more impression of a little bit larger of a fly there. And trim off that excess. Now I'm going to use a gold wire for the rib because of the limited space, or even using a size 18 tinsel, that rib would be taken up a whole lot. I'm going to tie that in, and this is a very small piece of wire, but I'll make it work. Yeah, we're going to turn it upside down so we get our fingers in there for the dubbing. Put some wax on there. And we're going to make this loop, this dubbing loop noodle, going to make it thin at the top and heavier as we go down, but not real heavy because you're going to have to go around the eyes or the legs. So it's always better, like I say, it's always better to add more. You can always add more. Yeah, let's see how far that'll take me. Because this is a jig, I'm not even going to put a wing case on here. That's how simple this is going to be. And we'll get right up to those legs as close as we can, and then we'll do a figure 8. Come up to the front, Get that cross over. Trim off some of them guard hairs there. Some people like leaving the guard hairs in. How'd I miss that? Be careful of the legs when you're using the scissors there. Now I'm going to take my rib. You can see I have a little bit undone there. I'll get that with the final whip finish dubbing. Then we'll go ahead and wrap this. Get my hackle pliers on there. Like I said, this is only about 1.5 inches long. And then we'll wrap this. And this gold wire, when it gets wet, it will stand out. Get that up through that middle. And we'll bring that right up front now. And we'll tie that in. Going to take my nail clippers and trim that off. Does nothing to the nail clippers. Now I can add that last little bit of the dubbing. And we'll go ahead and give that a whip finish. Put a little bit of head cement on there after we trim that off. And I'm going to drop that head cement right in that slotted bead. And that'll get it right down in there where it needs to be. It looks like we got a couple more guard hairs sticking out there. And here we have a LivelyLegz Jighead hare's ear. Hope that you learned something from this video. Hope that you would subscribe to my channel. Please refer me to your friends. Please visit my sponsors and let them know that I sent you. Leave comments, questions, suggestions. If you'd like to purchase any flies for me, go to etsy.com/shop/theflymanjim. And if you don't see it there, just send me a message. I'll get right back to you. And most of all, thank you very much for watching my videos.